Hey guys, Taro here. Welcome back to BeamNG.drive. This time for another race on the Road Atlanta circuit. And up front today is the car which I have no idea really how it survived last time. The Hopper Desert version. And second place is the off-road version of the Supra with its sticking out wheels, which didn't actually cause problems last time, but you never know, they could. In third is the only new car for this round. It's a Grand Marshal. It's the CJD version. It's got some pretty good acceleration, but isn't quite the fastest in terms of straight line speed. That still goes to the two cars behind it, the Barstow Scout and then the ETK at the back, which I'm pretty sure won the last round. I can't actually remember which car won the last round. I'm pretty sure it was this, but well, I'm saying it's this now because it wasn't the Grand Marshal. I know that. The Supra I think did okay. It wasn't the Hopper and it wasn't the Barstow either. So I'm saying it's the ETK now, so if it is, it is. If it wasn't, then it is now anyway. So I'm going to comment down below which car you think is going to win. I'm going to go for the Grand Marshal because it's got some good speed and it's got some good weight as well, so it might be a difficult thing to shove out of the way. Therefore the Hopper gets his massive head start because it's really slow in acceleration, and the Supra is already closing the gap. Nothing else really to say about it, and it'll be quite hefty contact there. Not as much as I thought. I'm going to give the Supra a front bumper this time as well. I may start using the three cars a bit too far behind, but oh well. They're going to catch up anyway because they are faster cars. Now the Supra's getting a little bit of a shove. He's going to get shoved round. He's getting sideways now. Is he going to swing himself back around in front of any of the cars? No, but he's going to lose it though on the grass. And there's going to be contact now from the Grand Marshal to the Hopper. The Hopper though, with its spare wheel, does actually kind of act like a battering ram in terms of absorbing impact. Talking of impacts, what impacts the best I can make with the wall? Not too much of a crash really, although it has now gone to a part of the road which it really shouldn't have. And then the Hopper's going to get shoved around next, is it? Yes it is, but it's going to get sideswiped by both the ETK and the Grand Marshal, which both make their ways past, and the Supra's going the complete wrong way. And well, let's get this thing turned back around again. But it's got some catching up to do now if it wants to actually get through into the next round. I gave it a front bumper for this time as well. And there's not much of it left. And that's the wall. And that was my fault. So you know what? Let's just go again, Supra. This doesn't count. That was me just being stupid there, turning it around. So off you go, Supra. Let's get yourself going again. And now then, the Grand Marshal that leads the Burnside has got himself very confused, but I'm going to leave it for now and see if he can get himself going though the right way. The Hopper, it's got a puncture, but besides that, it all seems to be going fairly okay. It's a bit wonky now as well, but after being sideswiped by two cars, it's probably in pretty good condition actually for considering. And now then, the Burnside is now decided he wants to go in the wrong direction. You know, give it a chance to get it going. Honestly, I just wanted the Supra to catch up, so there could be a race between those two cars. And the Supra though is coming. I've got to get this thing going though. Get it off the racing line to start with. And let's put the power down now. And that's going. No, it's in last place, but for what actually matters on the car, everything should still be in good condition. That's it going now in the right direction. And the fight for the lead. The Grand Marshal, which I don't see how it could possibly get shoved out of the way. First, it's the car that needs to shove it out of the way from the ETK, and the Barstow, it's a bit wiggly. It's actually quite wiggly. It's a lot more wiggly than I thought it was going to be. I mean, it sideswiped the wall, which I don't think would do too much damage really. And it didn't hit on the wheels, so I don't really know what it's doing quite honestly, besides having a funky time. These two, this might just be the story of this round. These two cars might just end up shoving each other all the way around. Like I said, the Grand Marshal, it's got weight and it's got speed as well, so it's not like it can just be it can be pit maneuvered. Its own weight can be used against it, but from something that's rather light, like the ETK, I don't see how it could really do anything against the Grand Marshal. And the Hopper, that's now slowing down completely. The fuel tank must have been destroyed or something. And now then, I know that the cars behind it, well actually what car is behind it? The Supra. That's going to plough into it at monumental speed. And I don't want the Supra to do that, so I'm going to try and see if I can get the Hopper going. Or just move it out of the way a little bit. Just move it off the line slightly and leave it there because I think it is out of fuel or something. Something is not happy or not working. Well, something definitely isn't working. Now then, let's go on though with the hopper. Is that enough room though for the Supra to get through? It should be, even though it is a wide body. Although actually, no it's not, and the Supra smashes into the hopper. And that could have been a lot worse if I left it where it was. Although that's not exactly a healthy Supra now. But now then, get yourself going there before the Barstow comes through, and the Barstow just avoids disaster. And the Supra though, gets itself going again. I gave it an oil cooler this time as well, which is something I forgot to do last time. And now then, that wheel has to go. But the Supra, if it can just get round, then get around the next lap, then it's going to be thrown to the next round because the hopper is almost definitely out now. So the Supra just needs to remain on the lead lap. Which, being this far round, it should easily do that. And the hopper, the top of it survived because it's convertible. The rest of it didn't survive that. And the Supra, it's limping now quite considerably. Well, if you just smash into the back of a three-door Jeep, I don't think I'd be going particularly fast either, but I think it's far enough around now that it probably won't get lapped, although these cars are going a lot faster now, 70 mile an hour. This thing tops out, with me driving it anyway, at about 160. So it has a lot of top speed it can use, but the AI of course won't use anywhere near that. It's about 100 mile an hour is really what the AI is top out at. And the ETK though, still really doesn't have all too much of an answer for the Grand Marshal. And with the hopper out of the way now completely, because the Supra made sure of that, the Burnside has actually got on a good turn of speed. This thing might actually catch up if the cars in front keep fighting like they are. And now then, around the final corner now, coming up now to start the second lap, it's going to be the Grand Marshal that leads us on to the second lap in the ETK. It's got another whole lap to go, and he needs to try and find a way past. Down this straight might be the best point, but then the Grand Marshal can just, if it wants to, just slam on the brakes, slow the pace down, because it's the car in front, both in front of the ETK and in front overall as well, so it can do whatever it wants to stay in front. As long as it goes above 20 mile an hour, then it can do whatever it wants. And down the straight, it can push and shove. The ETK can push and shove all it wants, but like I said, it's just got so much. The speed difference between these two cars isn't all that much, so it's going to need to do a bit more than what it is though if it wants to actually make more of a dent on the race than the dent it's making on the back here of the other Grand Marshal, which it's a bit wobbly as well. I think it is quite a heavy car, so it's not really all too surprising. And the Supra, how far round's that got? The Supra, I don't know actually, it might not make it. And the hood's been split, so that's a fact. I've never actually seen a hood get split before. And then into turn one now, it's still the Grand Marshal using its weight to its advantage. It looks like even when it's sideswiped, actually has changed for the leader. Let's go up the inside line. The ETK had a look, and then that may have been its only opportunity. The Grand Marshal, despite sideswiping the hopper, it doesn't look like it's taking any damage that really affects it. I mean, there's a bit of body damage, but the wheels and that seems to be pointing all in the right direction. And now the Burnside also now onto the second lap and is continuing to wiggle its way down the start-finish straight once again. The Supra, it's coming up to the top of the S's. Not going at all quickly, but it might actually make it round. I'm hoping it doesn't, because I don't have to sit and wait for it to get around for the second lap, but if it does, then well, I'm going to have to wait for it. Now then, the Grand Marshal again gets a bit of a wiggle once again. He actually hits the wheel of the Supra, and actually that's taken out the front wheel of it. And it's all over now for the Grand Marshal. It's gone way out now. The ETK gets through into the lead. I didn't even see the wheel being there just before he got hit just then. And the Grand Marshal though gets itself going, but that wheel is going to have to go. And the wheel of the Supra takes out the wheel of the Grand Marshal. The Supra causing issues for other cars, which, well, I saw it when I ripped it off. I saw it bounce across the track, but like that wheel is. But you're not going. You don't think anything of it. A wheel causing issues is not something you'd think you'd see all the time. I mean, you had an engine causing issues. I think it was about a month or two ago. From the engine of the Mulot caused issues for the drag Burnside. But that and the other cars, they can just round over the engine and they survive that. So that's a really strong wheel there from the Supra, which isn't all too far from getting onto the second lap. But then again, the ETK actually is a bit further back than what I thought it was. The Supra might actually get round, and then I'm going to have to wait for it. Now then, can I actually see the wheel of the Grand Marshal anywhere? No, I can't. So the Burnside should get through perfectly fine. So I'm going to stay on board with it through here. It is still wiggling, so something is not happy in the back of this car. I think it's something with that rear right that's not happy. I'm not seeing the tyre anywhere, so I think it's going to get through here perfectly fine. There's a few bits of car, and that's not a tyre, so don't know where the wheel went, but it's not going to be anywhere to impact the rest of this round. And the Supra is now into the second to last corner, and where's the ETK at? It's on the same straight. Come on ETK, please lap the Supra. I don't want to have to wait for that. But like I said, I'm going to have to. If he gets round, then if he can get around the second lap, he stays on the lead lap, then it has every chance of getting through. But going how slow it is it going above the crawler rule though? Yes it is, which makes it even worse, because it's going really slowly, but it's going just fast enough. And now then, here comes the ETK. You can see the Supra, but the Supra, I'm pretty sure now, is just too far in front. And the Supra, though, is limping its way around. And now then, it's going to get over the finish line. It's going really slow over the finish line. It's braking, and it's over the finish line, so I'm going to have to wait for it to get around the second lap. But the ETK, though, it's going to take victory, and it's going to ram itself right into the back of the Supra as well. It actually might take out the Supra. And let's turn the speed back up to -8, and okay, that's flipped around the Supra. That's going to be into the wall. That's tipped it around, and that's going to be more contact with the wall for the Supra. And can it get itself going from that, or is that it going to be out? No, it wants to go the wrong way. How close is? Okay, I've got a bit of time yet. I can get the Supra going again. And that's the first well, because I mean, it was going that slow. Even putting the ETK on stopping, it wasn't going to stop that quickly. Let's get the Supra going again. That damage only took it damage straight hit on the rear, so that won't have done any damage to the wheels or anything. Put it back now onto random, and let's get it going again. Is it going to go above 20 mile an hour? Yes, it is. And it's about the fight for second place now, which is still on. The Grand Marshal, with its 3 wheels, isn't going all too quickly, and the Burnside behind it is going a lot quicker than that. This is going to be a painful collision. You can just see it wiggling its way up, and that's going to put the speed down way too much there. And there's going to be huge contact onto the back, and that's going to take out the Grand Marshal again, is it? No, it manages to hold it though. Are the two of the cars now locked together? They were a little bit. So I'm going to remove that rear bumper before it becomes an issue. Or just remove that bit of it anyway. And actually now that's snagged the front of the Barstow, so it was going to cause an issue. So now then, that's it now removed. And what contact is going to be makes its way to the inside line, but it's like the Barstow is going to take itself out now. He actually uses the Grand Marshal there to get itself stopped. And the Supra is making its way slowly down the start-finish straight, and now the Grand Marshal is bouncing its way along now, as the Barstow behind is not happy whatsoever about this. I mean, they're both going to be thrown to the next round, but it's just wanting to cause mayhem. It's really not happy with the Grand Marshal. That's going to try and make its way up the inside line and force it out wide out into the final corner. The two cars locked together. I think they actually are as well. They could get a run here up to the line, but I'm going to need to remove a bit of the Barstow first. I think it's just the front bumper that was locked in. I don't actually. No, it's not. It's a bit more than that. Does this? No, that's part of the car. So I'm going to need to remove the front lights and remove this fender as well if I can get hold of it. I've never actually done so much for cars coming up to the finish line like this. And now then, that's separated the two of them. And now the Barstow actually came in behind. And now let's put them both now on stopping and see what mayhem these two are going to cause now. If we need anything. Because it could just both stop dead. Looks like they're not, and the Grand Marshal though is going to get sent hard into the wall. Although it's on the side where it's already damaged, so you'd never actually know. And the Barstow just stops itself before the wall. So now then, I've got to wait for the Supra to actually get round now. Is it actually going fast enough still? Need to wait for the Speedo to update itself. It's going a lot faster than 0, it's going at 33. Okay, so I've actually got to wait for this thing to get round. The Supra is making it round, although I can't tell if it's actually still going or not. The Speedo is about 26 miles an hour, which is what it was doing really anyway. It hasn't got much further to go. And do either of the rear lights still work? Yep, the rear lights still work. The speed is down to 25, but I think it's going to make it, although it's still actually got to get here first. I can think it's going to make it all I want, but it needs to actually cross the line first. I'm honestly surprised it's actually got this far around without actually dying. Though there is a lot of smoke. If you look at it from this angle, there's no smoke whatsoever coming out the front of it. It's all just coming from the back, so... And this feels a lot slower than 22 miles an hour. I think it's actually giving up the ghost. Come on, Supra, you made me sit through all of this. And then you just conk out right here. Thanks for that, Supra. Oh, the Supra's out. So that's going to be a new second placed car. And that's going to be, yeah, a new first and second place cars. Because the Hopper, that's going nowhere either. So actually, I'd have to sit through this thing getting this far around just for it to give up right here. I'm probably going to put it in the next round anyway, so it's probably just going to be a new first place car. But either way, the car still we need to watch now is definitely, even if it wasn't before now, the ETK, which took quite the whack from that, yeah, that wheel doesn't even turn anymore. Took quite the whack on the back of the Supra. And trying to get this thing to go in a straight line requires complete opposite locking the other way. You actually want to go in a straight line either, so... Yes, good deal, that was the end of the race for the ETK. Either way, don't leave a like if you enjoyed this video, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. And follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. They'll be linked down below in the video description. So thanks for watching, I'll see you all next time.